Hi guys, so it's me, your girl, Kaza Gray, and I'm coming to make a quick video because this has been something I've been putting off for like the past month, well actually really since basically July. I wanted to come and talk about the nodal shift that we have experienced starting back in July with the North Node moving into Aries while the South Node is in Libra. The reason why I'm going to come and just give the different insights that have come to me and the different things I've experienced, especially with this new war going on with the Palestinians versus Israelis, as that has ampled up, and as well as all these other different occurrences that's happening in my own personal life. I just want to give my quick insights on what to expect and the experiences I've been having with it thus far. So number one, if you don't know what the North and South Node is, so the North and South Node, basically, I'm just going to use it in my own terms. It describes like the areas in our life that we've either have already experienced from past life situations, and then also the areas in our life or a focus that we're going to be moving towards. So with the South Node, that explains more so on the things that we have experienced in our past life. So it's something that we innately have. It's something that we automatically carry with us. We don't have to work hard for it. It's like a lesson that we already have learned and gained some wisdom and knowledge behind it to actually just be a part of who we are. Now, the North Node, that is more so working towards something. This is the energy that we're moving forward into, and this is the area in our life where not only are we moving forward with it, but this is also where we'll be gaining new lessons, and I would even say almost like a purpose in this lifetime. And so North nodes usually last, yeah, the nodes usually last from anywhere between I think it's 18 months. So the last North Node that we just recently moved out of was North Node in Taurus, and that ended in July of this year. I can't remember when exactly it began, but I realized one thing about like North nodes and South nodes is whenever we're in a North Node sign, we're always going to be in the opposite sign for the South Node. So before we moved into Aries, and we know that the opposite sign of Aries is Libra, before then we were in the North Node of Taurus. And so then the South Node in the opposite sign of Taurus is Scorpio. And Scorpio. And so with the North Node being in Taurus, that one we were more so learning like what our resources were. You know, what resources do we actually carry personally? The resources all around us. I was also dealing more so with goods, services, our values, what we value in ourselves, what we value in society. But also with that South Node being in Scorpio, that's also dealing with sex. That was dealing with sex, money, other people's money, death, and I can't remember how I experienced that South Node energy last year. Well, actually, no, I felt like it was definitely more of a purging. It definitely, I feel like I was going through a lot of different revelations about myself, and it felt more of a purging kind of phase. Not only it was like a purging and a clearing in a sense, a transformation in a sense, so it can be, for me, it was revealed to me more what actual resources I have around me, as far as within my immediate community, not only within like my family and friends groups, but also like different people who I can interact with, who I can network with and build a different kind of community and foundation with. So I was seeing the resources in that, but also seeing the resource and understanding the importance with the resource that I carry. What are the different things that I bring to the plate? What are the different things that I bring to the table that can also act as a resource, not only for other people, but also for myself, and help me to see, I have a better understanding of how I can value myself, the worthiness of it all. So now with the North Node being in Aries, Aries, when you think about Aries, that's the warrior, that's adventurous, that's the starter, that's that's dealing with the head, that's passion, that's the hey y'all, let's get up and go. And I'm actually in Aries too. Also, Aries deals with individuality and independence. So, and then again with the opposite sign of Aries is Libra, and Libra deals with balance, the scales, justice, beauty, partnerships, contracts. I said justice already. And also again, how can you use yourself, how the part that you play within your own relationships. So for me, I've noticed with this North Node move now into Aries, it's definitely been more of an awakening to who I am. When the North Node was in Taurus, it was more so understanding like what I actually valued, what my resource was, understanding for me a little bit more with what my gifts were and everything. But now with North Node being Aries, it's more so like, okay, how can I utilize this? How can I stand firm and be confident and say, this is who I am, put my stake in the ground saying, this is who I am, this is where I stand, and to pursue it and be confident in it. One of the words that has been coming up to me a lot lately is, and yeah, y'all, I'm in my blanket, because let me tell you something. I was laying on this couch with her, and I've been supposed to do this video, I don't know for how long, and I was like, look, I'm going to use another excuse and I'm going to go upstairs and go to sleep. But I was like, you know what? We're just going to do this video. Be yourself. And at least you got to put it out there. You're going to put it on YouTube and keep it fucking moving. Okay? And so here we are. Here we go. Sorry, I thought I might have heard one of my kids or waking somebody up because I can be loud. But anyway, one of the words that has been coming up to me a lot since the beginning of this year is interdependency. We're a little crooked, but we're here. Anyway, so one of the words that has been coming up for me a lot this year is the word of interdependency. And when I think of the North Node being in Aries and then the South Node in Libra, I think of the word interdependence. And that's a word that I have been trying to embody a little bit more recently. And so, you know, if you don't know where the word interdependence mean, and I don't know like the actual textbook dictionary definition, and I'm just going to give you my version of it. But interdependency is like a blend of being independent and dependent. So you know when you're dependent, you're depending on somebody else to take care of you, to provide for you, to even have a sense of self-worth, of self-value. When you're independent, you know that INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? We all know what independent is. Independent, you know, you stand on your own. You are very solid within yourself. On who you are, what do you want to do, what you want to achieve, and you tend to go through things and do things on your own. Now, interdependent or interdependency is having that solidness of who you are and being an independent person, of being an actual individual, but being able to operate and work with and grow with and interact with other people, where you're honoring who you are as an independent person, honoring who you are as a unique person, but also being able to um, um, do the same for other people, to interact with them, to see each other as as the other person, other groups as a ally, as a partner, as a way to, again, just to work together, where you're not going to be solely doing it all on your own, or feeling like you don't have, sorry, you know, feeling that you solely want to only want to work on your own. You know, you don't feel like you almost don't value the other people or resources that are around you, not seeing them as being an asset, not seeing it as something that it's that you need, or you're not willing to cooperate with or compromise with as much, because you're like, I'm gonna do it myself, I got this. Again, that Aryan energy. But you're also not like, oh, please help me out, you know, I'll do anything for you just so I can get my own needs met. And being the dependent energy, which is the sign of Libra, well, not necessarily like Libras are dependent, but just again that it's dealing with the partnership and all that stuff. But not, not being also being in that energy of like I need this other person so number one I can feel good for myself, or I'm able to my basic needs and wants are being met because I'm able to utilize the energy and resources of someone else, but I'm not actually getting those that care for myself. I'm not the one. Sorry, this thing is just going to be like this, right? So interdependency or being interdependent pretty much is when independent and dependent come together and make a baby, and they're like, oh, here you go. And I really feel like that is the energy we need more of being able to, and also again is finding that balance, finding that union between the Aryan and Libran energy of I am my own individual self. I feel solid within myself, but I also know that I need other people. I need other people to help me grow, help me learn, help me to prosper. And then I also can give to other people. I have a certain resource, talent, gift, passion that I want to share with other people to also aid into their lives and help them prosper and be better mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all that jazz. Um, and I can't tell if that's my husband moving or my daughter. Anyway, so it's I realize within my own life dealing with relationships and being under this particular energy with the north node being in Aries and the south node being in Libra, it definitely has been like a battle of wanting to stake my claim as being Desiree, and I want to strive out and do this on my own, and I don't need anybody, and because you motherfuckers have done this or that to me, and I'm cleansing and clearing, and I'm going to just need time for myself. And I don't want to, I can definitely say in my relationships around me, and I think a lot of people have experiences too, you get a sense of like losing yourself within them. It doesn't have to be romantic relationships. It could be relationships that you have with your family, relationships that you have with your friends, and if you're a parent, it's a relationship that you have with your children. And like I never thought I would be a parent who would say, who I used to always hear parents say or mothers say like I've gotten lost in my children, being this certain way, certain role, and I never thought that would be me. And then I woke up, I'm like, bitch is you. So the Aryan side being the North Node, and it's this pull and this call to, go your own way, strike a new path, start a new project, go back to something that you may have done before, and you're ready to go back to it because you want to put that time and that energy in something that is solely just for you, or something that brings you joy, brings you passion. So it's that energy, but then also on the other side, it's like, gosh, I have these relationships that I care about, or at least I say that I care about. And so with this Aryan energy, along with other things that, of course, influence us within the cosmic energies or beings or whatever bodies, it's almost like you putting not only you're putting your relationships under a microscope because you put yourself under a microscope. Like I said, when we were in that North Node in Taurus, we're understanding our values, what our resources are, our understanding who we are, not even who we are, what our value is, our worthiness and everything. So now that we're moving into this Aryan energy, it's like, okay, well, who aligns to that? Who aligns to this new me? Who aligns to, or maybe it's not even a new me, maybe it's the old me that I never really was able to express. And so to me, it's very old, very ancient, very true, very valuable, very beautiful, very known, very deep. But to other people around me, or in general, just to the new world, this is something new. This is something out of my character. This is something that no one was expecting of me. This was something that may make people feel uncomfortable. So it's taking in and recognizing that energy. And because now that you have a better sense of self, and you can feel yourself more, now you're looking at the relationships around you like, but are you in that same field with me? Like, am I feeling your energy? Like, can we vibe together? Is this a reciprocal relationship? Do I like the way this relationship is going? Is it you or is it me? I mean, I've done my introspection about myself and my life and the things and changes I want. Have you done the introspection and analysis of your own life? And then after we've done that introspection and analysis of our own selves, our own lives, and the way we've contributed to the greatness of our life, and then also the not so fucking greatness of our life, can we now come together and continue on this relationship? Or is it more so like, hey, I need my space because I'm still growing, I'm still developing, and I now have this sense of independence. I now have this sense of who I am, the Ram, the Aries. And I don't really know. I feel like you're going to cramp my style. Like, are you going to cramp my style? Because if you're going to cramp my style, I need you to go. And if you don't, and if you feel like you want to stay, then we're going to have to make some changes for us to be in this bubble, in this space together, because right now it's not feeling good to me. And I'm not going to back down because, bitch, like I said what I said. I'd rather be whatever the fuck instead. Doja Cat. So I think a lot of people may or may not be, well, honestly, I feel like I've heard like a lot of people being that energy. I mean, think of all of like the different breakups. Again, with the South Node being in Libra, Libra deals with partnerships, contracts, legal bindings, court cases, justice system, relationships. I want to say it deals with marriages too. Don't quote me. I feel like it does. I feel like it does. And think about all these different relationships, and I'm just going to say, just from the public eye or the celebrities, all these different marriages or relationships of these people who have just broken up. And you're like, and some people are like, okay, yeah, I called that. Like, that made sense. Like, that nigga should have left her a long time ago, or that, no, she definitely should have kicked his ass to the curb years or months ago. But then there's other relationships, you're like, damn, they didn't broke up. Like, Will and Jada. Will and Jada. Okay. Whole hot ass mess right now, right? So we're seeing all these different relationships being broken up. And again, that plays into that Arian in Libra, North and South Node. And so yeah, it is really calling to have a better understanding of, oh my God, I think I gleated. I'm not going to edit that out. Fuck it. It really calls into us really testing also who we say we are. With Taurus, when the North Node was in Taurus, again, like I said, understand that value, that resource, that worthiness that we have. But with it moving into Aries, Aries is about action. Aries is a cardinal sign. So cardinal signs are going to be Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, and Libra. I definitely said that out of order, but whatever. And the cardinal energy is the starters, oh, here we go. I'm gonna get things going, right? So now it's like, okay, now that you had that, you think you know who you are, well, show me. Show me who you are. Show me who you are, not in how you may feel about yourself and what you say, but show me who you are within your actions. Show me who you are within your actions. Do those things line up to the things that you say you are? Do they line up to your values that you say you have? Do they line up to your resources that you say you have? And of course, everything is going to come in due time. Each person is in their own specific space in their own life, and each person is going to go through their own individual and and timely process for themselves to, grow and reveal themselves. And then also everyone's on their own season. Some people, you may feel called to, like, hey, maybe you have been more individualistic in yourself and been way more independent and not feeling like you need anybody and I'm the best and really ego driven. And maybe in this season is calling for you to more so, take a step back and think about other people this go around. Think about how you can compromise a little bit more, or maybe you're on the opposite side of it, of where you compromise yourself. Maybe you compromise yourself and you gave so much and now you don't have any more energy to give to other people. People may still be looking at you like, oh, I need this, I need that, give me more, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. And you're like, fuck, I don't have nothing. I barely have anything for myself. And this little bit that I have, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light that I have, I'm gonna use that right now for me. Because there's no one else right now. Even if I do receive the help, I can't, even if there is some people coming in who may be willing to give me that help, I can't even fully receive it all the way because I still need to give something to myself. Still need to give this to myself to be open and ready and available to receive that, for me to turn it back around and to give to someone else, you know? So yeah, that's my explanation for the Aries and Libra North and South Node transitions. I just, again, I want to come in here because I've been saying I was supposed to be coming up here for a while now. And yeah, that's all I really got. I'm up here in my blanket, just saying, hey. And that's like another thing I feel like with this energy, again, with the Aries energy being in the North Node, it's like, hey, just do it. It's the Nike check sign. Just do it. It may not be perfect. It may not be in the beauty of the Libra energy in the South Node. It may not be perfect. It may not be all the way balanced. It may not be whatever. But the fact that you have your intention, Aries season is the beginning. I like to think of Aries season because it starts with spring. I think of that as being like my new year. So Aries, when you think of spring, the symbol that I normally see in my mind is either like a sprout or like a seed. It's a seed of intention. So even if everything isn't as perfect or as balanced or as beautiful or whatever the fuck, the Aryan energy now is saying just do it, just start, set your intention and see what happens to it. See how it can bloom into something beautiful, into something that will help you build partnerships, that will help you build contracts, firmer relationships with other people, help you to travel, help you to see the beauty in the different things, you know? Because, and I honestly, I feel like right now with the way the world is going, I feel like we're going to go through a phase. I feel like, especially in my generation, I'm 33 years old, we need to have more of this Aryan energy right now, even though unfortunately, again, we know about the things going on in Palestine between the Palestinians and the Israelis and everything, which is terrible, which I'm not really surprised. Again, with the North Node and Aries, Aries is also war. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a little bit more of war popping off, or that particular secting going off more. But I also think it's not only going to be war, like actual physical bloodshed war, but war with your relationships, war with your internal energies, your internal body, the war with yourself, with your mind, with your heart, with your body, with your soul, with your spirit, you know. And to me, it's acting in a way for us to see who we truly are. What is the I am inside of us? What's that light inside of us? What do we really stand for? What will we no longer tolerate, and what will we fight for? Ooh, what will we fight for? What are you willing to fight for? What are we really truly willing to fight for? And that can be scary. That can be tough. That can be like, whoa, especially as Pluto and Scorpio generation. Like we feel so deeply. We want change. We want transformation. We have so many mini deaths. But at the same time, it's frightening. But I do believe that it is good for us to have this sense of finding out more of who I am, and that pulling back in a sense of understanding who we are as individuals. Because I think where we're moving towards, and I live in America, maybe I'm just going to say for America, but I'm also say for the world, is we're going to be moving. This is the beginning of the end, or the end of the beginning. We are going to move into a space where we're really going to be those pioneers. We're really going to be those builders. We really are creating a whole new world, a whole new system. But in a way, it's like still honoring the things that we know of the past, of having those set values, certain standards, decorum, morals, ethics, maybe even. Because who fucking believes in those nowadays sometimes? But anyway. So with that, we have to be solid enough in our minds to be able to stick with what we believe in and who we say we are. But we also need to know who the fuck we are, so we can utilize what we have inside of us to help this world move forward in the direction that we wanted to move forward in. If you don't know who the hell you are, what you stand for, how can you be of any use or good for anybody? How can you be of any good and use for yourself? How can you save yourself? You can't. And I'm speaking from my own personal experience. I had to think of, like, how can I save me? No one's coming from me. Jesus is not coming from me. And this thing of saying that Jesus is not coming from me reminds me of this Bible verse, where it says that, I'm paraphrasing, but Jesus basically said, like, all the different things, all the miracles that he was able to do, all the different wonders that he was able to do. He was like, you can do this, you can do what I do and more. And that always stuck with me when I read that in the Bible. And I always was like, well, if you saying I can do what you do and more, nigga, you lying. How I do that? And I think that's the essence that we're in right now. What can you do? What can you do? And be confident in that. Be confident in that. Be solid in that. Be strong in that. Be willing to grow in that. Be willing to change in that. Because sometimes when you wake up to yourself and you discover yourself, you realize that there's so many different changes that you have to make to really grow into yourself, to really love yourself, to really embrace yourself, and being okay with that. And that takes work, and that's scary because it is a death. My Pluto and Scorpio generation, we die so many times. I was talking to my friend earlier this week or this weekend. I'm like, I feel like this 1 year of 2023. Now, tell me if I'm lying, but I feel like this 1 year in 2023, it feels like it's been like 5 different years, or it just feels like it's been so many different ages, or I've died so many other fucking various times. I curse, I'm sorry, just bear with me. But that's important right now because we are truly in this phase. And again, I'm going to say just for me, I feel like I'm in this phase of like this purging, this cleansing, this releasing, this clearing. this death, but at the same time, it's a birth. It's a renewal. It's a recharge. It's a rejuvenation. It's a creation. You know. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end that there. That feels good. I gotta edit these videos together because I don't know what happened earlier, but we made it. Okay, I recorded this video. It's not perfect, but again, arrogant energy. Get it started. Go. Just do it. But I did it. So now I have to get the balls to post it. So yeah, yeah, that's about it, guys. If you understood or if you can relate to this video, please comment down below. Like the video, subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Instagram at Cosmic Ray 90, and you can also follow me on TikTok, which is Cosmic Ray 93903. I think so. So yeah, just so we can stay, you can stay updated on the different videos that I create. I love all things that's dealing with astrology, meditation, breath work, entrepreneurship, um, mindfulness, and any funky, goofy, wild stuff, you know? So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Please subscribe if you like it, and I will see you in the next one. Peace and chicken grease.